What's up, everybody? This is Thrasher Reviews coming at you with another fitness review. This time, it's Megastar Fitness's rack attachments. Megastar Fitness sent me these rack attachments to give you guys an honest review on what they're providing. I've had the luxury of testing these products for the last 6 to 8 weeks, and once again, Megastar did not disappoint. I reviewed their P107 Smith machine and asked you guys, is it the new Budget King? Well, I'm telling you, with these new attachments, Megastar Fitness is one to look out for in the industry for home gym budget equipment. Now, let me show you everything that they're offering, and let's get into it. Let's talk about Megastar's leg extension attachment and lateral raise attachment. These things are exactly what you need when it comes to a home gym. Being able to have these kinds of attachments game changes your workouts. The thing I like about the leg extension attachment is the pop pin technology for the adjustments. It makes it really quick and really simple. So if you want to adjust the angle of the seat, we pop it in. We can go incline to make a better angle on your butt and for your quad extension to get your kind of at least close to full range of motion, or you can go decline. Now, I usually just like a nice flat plane, but with these pop pins, I do suggest to completely tighten them down and lock them in. It's the same technology as the functional trainer, and in my last review I said that I don't lock them in when I'm using them. The difference between the functional trainer and the leg extension attachment is that this seat and these attachments are holding up your body weight. So for safety purposes, you want to make sure that these are all locked down. Now, when using this attachment, it's a little bit of a weird feeling because you are completely elevated off the ground. But once you actually use it, you start feeling a little more safe. I will not lie, when I first started using this, it did feel a little sketchy. But I've used it, I don't know how many times now. Definitely over the course of like 8 weeks I've been using this. And it's definitely safe. I can definitely attest to that. So, like I said, just make sure that those pop pins are completely locked in. I usually keep it at a flat plane or a little bit of an incline. Right now I have it at a little bit of an incline, so we'll go ahead and use it. So we go and we hop right on, and I have all of my adjustments already set. Like I said before, I lean back a little bit to try to get a little bit of more of a quad stretch, and we go and do it. So what I really like about this option is it does not take up a lot of room. The only other way to get a good leg extension is to have a standalone option, which is going to be a pretty big machine. It's going to take up a good amount of room. This you can pop on and off the rack when you're on a leg day. Now, the disadvantage to this is that you don't get a nice, good, deep stretch in the quad to be able to sink down deep in there. But, you know, it's the give and take, like I've said before in my first video. I really do like this as an option for a space-saving option to be able to get a good leg extension. Now, the other cool thing about the leg extension is that it doubles as a seat for your lat pull-downs. So you would just pop your pin down for however you want to adjust the seat, and you also have a pop pin here to be able to adjust the leg pad on your quads. So if you have bigger legs, you could extend it up, or if you got nice skinny legs like myself, you put it as far down as possible. Then you would sit down on it, face forward, and do your lat pull downs. Now let's get into the lateral raise attachment. I really like this attachment. This attachment has been in every shoulder workout that I've had so far. since receiving this. I love this attachment. There is a reason why I am crouched down on the ground. I found that with this attachment, if you only have Olympic size or like full size bumper plates, you can't have it up top. Reason being is that when you are raising it laterally, the whole weight horn that's going to be here is actually going to hit the top of the rack where the pull-up bar is. So nice, quick and easy change up that I did. I just put it a little bit lower. That way I can be on my knees and I can get my full range of motion when I am doing lateral raises. Another thing that I really like is that it's got the hinge that's going to go forward and backwards, obviously, as well as the hinge that's going to make it go laterally. This way it makes the movement feel a lot more free than if it was just a fixed arm that was sitting there. I've also found that I can use it for front raises. I kind of was playing around with it a little bit, and I actually really liked the way that it felt when I did front raises. I was afraid that where the weight horn sat, that the resistance wouldn't be there throughout the entire movement, but it definitely is where it's supposed to be, and it gives me a great burn. Another exercise that I do with this attachment is for rear delts. Do more of a bent over lateral raise, and it definitely hits your rear delts. So a cool thing to note about all of these attachments, uses a pin that goes through the 1-inch holes on the uprights. It's got 2 screws that have little plates that sandwich together, so you can kind of make sure that it's at an even playing field. And then it uses a pin on the back. What I really like about this design is that this is going to be a 3x2 rack. So it's got 2 different pin positions. It has one that's going to be for a 3x2, or it has a second position for a 3x3. So as long as you have a rack that is a 3x2 or a 3x3 upright with a 1-inch hole, all of these attachments will fit your rack. All right, guys, let's get into the next thing. Jammer arms. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like jammer arms or not, to be completely honest with you, but these things are so versatile. I've been able to figure out and find out different things that I can use them for, and I've used them for like a plethora of things. I've used them for legs, I've used them for back, I've used them for shoulders, I've used them for chest. These things are like infinite options to be able to use them. So I'll show you guys a couple clips of some things that I generally use them for. I like to do bent over rows with them, single arm or both arms. I like to do shoulder press with them, standing shoulder press that is. I like to do a seated flat chest press, and a bunch of other things that I've done with them. Now what's really cool about the jammer arms is that the arm itself has a bunch of different 1-inch holes that you're able to adjust where the handle can be placed onto it, which is going to have the side weight horn. That's going to be all one unit. There's going to be 2 pins that you're going to pop out here, and you're able to slide it up and down to wherever you would like to have it placed. I'll just pop it right in here to hold it. And the weight horn can also be moved. It's got a screw that's going to be on the back that screws into the weight horn from the back side, so you can adjust where that's going to rest as well. It's got a pin up top here and a hole that's going to be at the top of the jammer arm, so you can place that kind of right there. That's going to be its kind of locked position. You can pop it out, which is going to allow it to have free movement. And if you're going to have, like what I was doing with the standing shoulder press, is that you can put it into a position to have it kind of just resting up top. So, I mean, these things are so versatile, guys. It's awesome. It's also got a little cutout, the same kind of cutout that the leg extension has, where you could actually put the cable system at the bottom. Having that cutout allows the cable to still run down the upright, and on the handle itself has a little hole that's right there, or a little hook that you can put your cable system on to have more resistance. You can actually use the cable system to add resistance to whatever movement that you're doing. Now with jammer arms, you kind of have to figure out what movement that you're doing and where you're going to be placing the arm and the weight, because the way that the system works, it's a pivot arm. So when you're using a specific movement, once you get past a certain point, the weight has no resistance there. So you have to add weight to either the weight horn or use the cable system in order to keep the resistance complete in whatever motion that you're doing. Not only did Megastar Fitness send me their rack attachments, they also sent me something that I think you guys are going to enjoy. I told you guys last review that the functional trainer on this thing was so smooth, but it came with nylon pulleys. What do you think they're offering now? Aluminum pulleys for this bad boy. So I've installed it on one side, and I still have the nylon pulleys on that side. Let's see the difference. So I got a 25-pound plate on the left side and 25-pound plate on the right side. I have the aluminum pulley set up on the right side and the nylon pulley set up on the left side. Let's see the difference. I didn't know that this thing could get any smoother, but let's see. Oh. Dang. There is a difference, and I like it. All right, guys, last but certainly not least, we got the platform. So this platform is used specifically with the landmine attachment to do, you guessed it, rows. Now, what's nice about this, instead of just doing it on the ground, is generally with your weights are going to be lifting up your barbell, and sometimes you have a hard time getting that full range of motion, that full stretch on the row. The platform allows you to get that full stretch, so the weight doesn't hit the ground before you get your good stretch. So this thing's been pretty awesome. Something that's been really cool, or that's cool about it, is that on the platform itself, it has its little protective plate that's going to be here, where you can rest your barbell on there and you're not going to mar up your barbell. It's also got the diamond checkered foot plate, which gives you a nice, good, firm grip. I've also been kind of messing around with it to see what else I could do. Some things that I did find that were nice was to use them for push-ups, to kind of get almost like a decline push-up. That felt really good. I also used them for dips, or used it for dips, and it worked out well for dips because you got a pretty good elevation on this thing. So it's been a pretty cool piece, something nice to have and to work with in the gym. I've really enjoyed it. Overall, these attachments have been unbelievable. I've loved them. There's really only been one thing that I was a little bit frustrated with when I first received them, and it was on this one jammer arm specifically. Now, obviously, all of Megastar Fitness's equipment has a protective coating that's on there. This particular arm had what I would say, it was either oversprayed, or I guess oversprayed would be what it is, which causes the pin to be really hard to get in and out. So I've kind of had to work at it a little bit I'm thinking that I might need to just put like a drill bit through it and just kind of open up that hole a little bit. Just get some of that excess coating off of there, and then do like a clear coat to kind of seal it up. But other than that, these attachments have been pretty unbelievable. I've been pretty impressed with everything. That being said, there's some more stuff that Megastar Fitness is coming up with, and I'm really excited to be able to work with them. We seem to be having a pretty good relationship here so far. If you like the video, again guys, leave a comment, like the video, make sure to subscribe. We're coming out with some new stuff, and I'm pretty excited about it. So keep in touch. Peace.